This is Karen Exiner. I'm going to help you today sketch a flower. We're going to sketch the shapes first to show you how to build a flower very simply. First of all, I want to talk about your kit. You've got 2 worksheets. You've got one with a sunflower on it, and then you have another one with different flowers: hollyhock, poppy, and rose. I chose all my favorite flowers. And if you want to copy these, what you can do is you can just put your piece of paper next to them and you have it right in your view. So if you want to do that later after we're done today. So let's start here. Okay, I'll start with this sheet for a second. I'll just put this out here. The next thing is your pencil. You have a mechanical pencil that you were given. The reason why is you don't have to keep sharpening. It makes life simpler and your sketches go faster. So when you're sketching, you don't have to stop. You can just, yours clicks at the top. Mine just works at the bottom. Then if you have your own sketching pencils, the number pencils, I would use a 5B. That would work out well for sketching. Then you got, I know a lot of you don't have the pencils and you don't need to have them for practice. This is a kneadable eraser. I think you can see that. When you get yours, you just kind of shape it and feel it and get it warm because it'll be easier to use and to shape. I like these because you can shape them into little points to get into hard places when you're sketching. So like if you just want to do like take out a really little line, it works. Okay, and I think that's all you have in your kit. Oh, can't forget, blending stick. And you've got blending sticks. These are fun, and we're gonna have fun with these. And these actually can make or break a painting. I'm sorry, a sketch, as far as I'm concerned. So let's go. So let's get started. We're going to talk about shapes. And can you see the shapes that I put out for you? Okay. So we're going to start working on the sunflower. And I'll talk as we go along the way. So get your paper ready and your pencil. I'll wait a few seconds to talk about that. I am going to teach a watercolor class, so you're welcome to sign up for it. I don't know if it has shown up yet on the website. You'll find it and sign up for it if you'd like. This pencil sketching will be fun because you can watercolor what you pencil sketched. So you kind of will be ahead of the game. Okay, so now is everybody ready with your pencil and your paper? And you're going to use your 140-pound paper. It's a nice, strong sketching paper. You've got 2 sheets, as I said, I think I said, but I'm not sure, 2 sheets of cardstock, which you can practice on. So let's go ahead and use your good 100-pound paper because it's easier to work with when you're blending and layering lead. The lead. Okay, so first of all, let's do a circle. Now, I'm not a good circle person. A lot of artists are, but I'm not good. So I usually use something. So let's use let's move this over for you. I think I'll take this down. A second, because you kind of want to see there. This is going to work out better. So you've got your shapes alongside your paper. So this might be a good way to start. Put your shapes next to your paper. Okay, and then I'm going to do a circle using a little jar of paint. There we go. Not perfect, but no problem. Because guess what? Life is not perfect. We're not perfect. And we have erasers. That's what we have erasers for. So I'm just going to fill this in and just fix it a little. And take out my other one that I started. Okay? Okay, so that's a basic shape, a circle. Then what I do is I put another circle inside of it to make our sunflower. And you can see up here how I did that. Just another little circle. Okay. Like that. I didn't make it big enough, so I took it out. Okay. The next thing is, in sketching, we have strokes, different strokes. And for this one, we're going to use tiny circles and tiny dots, and that's on your worksheet. So just basically just little tiny circles. And I think you all can do that easily enough. It's kind of fun and relaxing. Oops, sorry. Can you see that? There we go. Does everybody have your circles in? Everybody good to go? Okay. Then I'm going to put little tiny dots too. With a little, and I'm pushing my pen harder because the more weight we put on our pencils, pencils, the darker the stroke. The value changes. And value, let's talk about value first. 1 second. In pencil drawing, darks to lights. So we have the lighter pencils, which is not such a softer stroke. And then it would get all the way down to 10, which is the darkest. You can actually download this online if you want to make one for yourself. And this shows you that you're using different values. Values are darks and lights, and they help your painting become more alive. I'm sorry, I keep thinking about painting because I paint a lot, but your sketch comes more alive. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I've decided that I have to pick a source, a light source, and I'm going to put mine like up here, okay? And I put a little dot. You can put a little dot if you want to, but you don't have to. Just remember that where your light source is. You can pick anywhere you want. You can go down below. You can go either side. I always go on the top. I don't know why, but I tend to do that. So now I'm going to darken this here. Oh, if you can see this, I'm sorry. Just very little shadow here. Okay? Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to darken, I'm going to shadow, I hope you can see that, down here. Okay? So that's what you're going to do too. Now, you can follow what I'm doing today, which is fine, but you might learn some tricks of your own too, so that's okay too. You're just starting out. I'm just giving you the rudiments, and then you can just go from there. You can experiment, try different looks, whatever you want to do. There's no rules actually in art. I know that they say there is, but I don't think there really is. I think it's just how it looks to your eye and to the people that look at it. So okay, so now I'm going to do curvy lines, and I'm going to make them curve with the center circle so that your eye will follow that curve. Okay? See the curves coming in? Can you see that? Yeah, I think you can. And then I'm going to start up here doing some curves too. Okay? Can everybody see those curves? Just little curvy lines. Okay. Now I'm going to take my blending stick. This is where the fun gets started. I'm going to pull up the lead from the bottom. Can you see that? These are fun to play with. Now look at how that's changed. Right away it changed it. And it's starting to take on a shape. It looks a little more 3D. It's a little more volume to it. Okay. And why did I do the dark at the bottom? Again, because my light source is up here. If my light source was over here, then I would do this side. Okay. Now, I don't have any lead that I'm picking up, so what I'm doing is I'm just using my blending stick, what's on my blending stick from when I just did it down here. It's light, but you can always darken it. Remember, in sketching, start light, because it's not always easy to erase. But if you start light, it's easier to erase, and also you can build on it. You can actually build it up. I'll show you how you can build it up again. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with more curvy lines again, a little darker. Can everybody see that? And then I'm going to put some dots in here, just for fun, on top of those curvy lines. Just gives it a little more depth. And then we're going to go back up in here. Little dots, more curvy lines. Are you with me? Okay, there we go. So we're getting our center in fairly nicely now. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my blending stick to blend it some more. And I like to take out some lights down in here to make it dark, some lights to give it more contrast. So I just take the edge of my pencil eraser and just put in a few lights, curve lights. There. And then now I'm going to soften a little bit more. And there we go. So we got the center of our, see how we're doing. Okay, pretty good, looks pretty good. Now I'm going to darken it again. Now at the end of when I'm done with my sketch, when I feel like I'm finished, and that's always the thing about artists, they never know when they're finished. It's always a guessing game when you're actually finished with your picture. So don't ever worry about that. That's a dilemma that every artist has. At least the ones I know. Okay, now we're going to make ovals for the petals. I'm going to do the petals on the top shorter than the bottom. I just think it gives it more depth if I do that. I think it looks more interesting. And usually the way you're looking at a flower, it's how you turn it. It's how long the petals look. Now, I like to start north, south, east, west with the petals. Here we go. And I'm just going to put them in just, randomly. Now I'll go like in the center. I'm not worried about the shape. I'm not worried. I'm doing a light stroke. I'm not worried about how it looks because I will go back in and I'll refine everything. Okay, make some curvy lines. I don't like that. But I'm going to make it a little longer. Okay. So how's everybody doing on your ovals? Make this a little longer. Okay. Can everybody see that? And then these are going to be shorter. I'm going to even make them even shorter. And you can put some thin ones in the middle. Okay. I'm in a really awkward position to sketch this, but I think you get the idea. Okay, now I'm going to start taking out some of the lines I don't want now, that I see I don't like. Just clean it up a little bit. It's not perfect, but you know what it is. That's the scoop. The scoop is you just make sure it looks like something. Unless you're doing a impressionistic art, that's different. You're going to do something a little different. Okay, so what do you think? Now I'm going to start shading the petals. So I'm going to come down below. We're going to do cross-hatching. Cross-hatching is straight, just basically straight lines. There's no mystery to it. Straight lines, and then opposite straight lines. And you can just do 2 swipes, or you can even go 1 more. Okay? And then I always take my blending stick and kind of blend that area. There we go. They actually should be closer together for down here, but that's just practice. You can cross hatch. Okay, now I'm going to cross hatch the bottoms, the tops of these petals, just to give it, you'll see, because the center is kind of shadowing it. The center of the, okay, and then I'm going to take my blending stick and blend out the cross-hatching. Cross-hatching is really good for putting in shadows. Okay, so how you doing? You getting those petals done? Now I'm going to make it darker down on the sides, and I'm going to put some darks right where the petals start, at this, down here. Okay, see the darks coming in? Then I need to clean it up a bit and put in the veins. Okay, let's put some veins in. Put a little shadow under here. And curvy lines are another stroke. You just make a curvy line. Okay. And I'll let you fill in the petals. There we go. And I don't think there's enough contrast here, so I'm gonna take out some of the lights on the top of the center of the flower. There. Put some more darks in here. See that? Curved lines again. Follow the curvy lines again. I'm going to put some circles at the top here. Give it a little more texture. Texture's good, always good. And now I'm going to fill in the petals. Darker on the bottom, lighter on the top. pulling out, now I'm just using the lead from this bottom line that I put in. And then we can go in and we can clean up. Okay, yeah, we'll do a stem next. So stems are basically just straight lines. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Okay, see that? Just a straight line. Mine aren't straight. I'm at a weird angle, but that's okay. Okay. So let's see how we're doing as far as our... We're doing good. Pretty good. Okay. And the next, we want to put in our leaves. Now, I picture them as diamond shape. So let's see what our other sketch showed. So I like that they do have one down in here. And I like it when they curl. So just basically a little curvy line going up. See it? And then let's see what else. We've got like one coming out here. And those leaves are like pretty much ovals. The point at the bottom. And then the nice one down here, see the one here? Here it is. It kind of looks like, to me, like an elephant ear. So I'm going to make an elephant ear. Okay. And another type of line we're doing. I'm having trouble today. Here we go. Okay. A little too big. I think that's too big. So let's take that out. I don't like it. It's overpowering my flower. It's okay to adjust. This is how I'm doing this now, is how I actually do work when I'm doing my projects. So let's try this again. And I think I'm going to go this way with it, just like I have it on the sample. When you're sketching on a piece of paper, when you do pencil sketching, it tends to smudge. So what I do is, when I'm working on a big project, I'll put a piece of paper, see how I'm doing that? And I'll rest my hand on it, so I'm not smudging my sketch, because they smudge really easily. There. Now I'm happier. Happy camper. Okay. How's everybody doing? We're getting to the closing. We're getting pretty almost done now. Let's put in the little veins and the little teethy, like teeth lines. And I like to put little darks in between those little jagged edges. I don't know why, but it just pops it. There we go. And I'm doing it at the bottom because up here is my source. Okay, how's everybody? Are you all with me? Good. Okay, now let's do a little cleanup. If that's distracting you. Okay. Then I'm gonna, up here, I'm gonna go and put in a few veins. I'm gonna shade underneath my little curvy line. Gives it a little more depth. a few little darks in here that curve around a bit. See how it's starting to pop? And I apologize, I'm in a weird angle, so my sketch is not that great, but I'm sure you're doing well on the flat surface. And I'm going to put a little shadow on the side of the... Okay, now I'm going to finish the leaves. And we're going to do a little cross hatching to fill it in. Okay. A little cross hatching down here. And let's do some shading. How's it going, everybody? Okay. Now my handy dandy blending stick. Just pull the color. And we could work on this a little longer, but I don't want to keep you because I'm sure you've got lots to do today. Okay. I think the trick about making art is practice, practice, practice. Lessons are good. It gives you the elements, it gives you the basics, but at the end of the day, you practice. Practice makes it work. And when you practice your sketching, you learn a lot. You can teach yourself a lot. You find out a lot about yourself as an artist and about your skills. Okay, so I think, let me take that one out, I think. Here, my heated eraser works out better. So I think that's it for today. You've been great. Good luck to you. I hope you keep sketching. Here we go. Here's our before and after. Don't forget to try these other flowers. And this basically is circles, triangles, elephant ears, and circles. Thanks a lot for joining me today, and have a great rest of the week. Bye.